Btw I, and this is my YouTube channel. So this week, for the Czech introduction, basically I just said, welcome, it's Btw I, this is my YouTube channel. We're doing a Czech month, maybe 2 months, I don't know. I was planning on just having 4 videos about the Czech Republic and then leaving it there for about a year or so, but then I've come up with more ideas. So it might be anywhere from 4 to 8 weeks, let's just say, for Czech videos. And that's what the next 4 to 8 weeks will be on my channel, is videos all about the Czech Republic. So thank you to my 65 subscribers that I have. If you subscribed for Czech videos, well, you're gonna be happy for the next 8 weeks. And then from there, I'm dropping off and not doing them and going back to my old content for a bit. And my last video will explain why. Okay, so let's get into this one. So by the title, you can see that this video, or I guess it's here, but whatever. We're going to be talking about what's keeping me sane in the Czech Republic. So it's not that I'm going crazy in the first place, but like, you know, quarantine and not being able to talk to many people because I don't understand the language. And I've only been here for like a year and a half. So please don't expect me to have learned Czech within that time frame. Because coming from only speaking native English, I can't learn Czech that fast. Like, I'm sorry. It's way too difficult, and I will be having a video about that, so stay tuned. But this one is just what has been keeping me sane here as a Canadian, at least. So, number one, the big one, my favorite one, it's Iceland. The store, Iceland. So if you come from a country that has a lot of British influence, like Canada, or the UK itself, or even maybe the US, Australia, I'm not sure who exactly, but if you have like British candies or even you just have a diet where you eat a lot of frozen things, Iceland is for you, like really. So Iceland, you can get like Rolos, Rice Krispie treats. It's kind of like, because there's the candy store, and the candy store is pretty good at getting things, but Iceland's cheaper and bigger, and it has more things in it. Like a lot more things. Like you can get Dr. Pepper, you can get instant gravy, you can get canned soups, not a lot, but there's some there. And then for the frozen portion of that, you can get like French fries, hash browns, chicken nuggets, fish, like shrimp and stuff. Fish, you can get large bags of frozen veggies. It's my favorite store, okay? It is my favorite place, so much. Yeah, and then with that, if you're someone who does like fried foods, because I know like it's a big portion of like North American diets is getting fried foods, like KFC and whatnot. Don't actually go to KFC. No, you can make it in the comfort of your own home with an air fryer. So this is my air fryer. Best investment I've ever made for myself personally. I love it. I recommend getting an air fryer. Can be any type. I don't know how it works, but it's so good. And that has saved my life. Oh my gosh. I was craving poutine for forever, or poutine, depending how much respect you have for the Québécois. But anyways, it's French fries, cheese curds, and gravy. Delicious! I can make it in the comfort of my own home now because I have an air fryer. I'm so happy that I have an air fryer. Like I said, keeping a Canadian sane over here, I'm making my own poutines at home. Okay? Because I can't make traditional, like, Native American foods. I wanted to. It's much too difficult to do it on my own with a friend's help in Canada. Like, no, it's not happening. Maybe when I go back to Canada, I'll try with her to make some bannock, and we'll see how that goes. But out here, yeah, an air fryer for me. Plus, it's frying the food without oil, so you don't have to worry about the mess, the potential of a fire. just being burned in general, having to like scoop it out, having all the equipment. No, this is super easy. You just you just put your stuff in, put it in, turn it on, leave it for like 20 minutes or so, and then it's done. It's like an instant crock pot. It's amazing. By the way, I need to get myself a crock pot, like I really do, or like a rice maker, something that I can just put stuff in for a long time, leave, and come back later. Because for me, I hate cooking, and I don't like taking the time out to do it, and I don't like taking the time out to do dishes afterwards. So I like something like this where it's all just in one place, and then it's like, yeah, just wash it normally. Wash the part where you put the food in. You don't wash the whole thing, but yeah, love it. It's great. I recommend it to everybody. It's amazing. So if you like fried foods and you want to eat them healthy, you can do this. You can also cook vegetables in it, meat, French fries, nuggets, meat, but you know, and you can bake in it too. You can bake a cake in your air fryer. It's basically an oven, but it fries your food. I don't know how it works, but it's amazing. It's keeping me sane, clearly. And it keeps me from being homesick for food, because I know I did show up to Canada and I asked to enter the country just for a poutine. And they allowed me, and my husband. But hi guys, actually just adding in one more thing to what has been keeping me sane so far is Cinnabon came to the Czech Republic. And so now I can get like really nice cinnamon buns, and I'm not even supposed to be eating them because I am allergic to cinnamon buns, but I love cinnamon buns and will risk dying for them. And also at Cinnabon, you can get American-sized drink servings and food servings, because a normal cinnamon bun is like 800 and some calories or something like that. So yeah, you get the normal serving size and a normal calorie count, and you can get lemonade. So also something else that's keeping me sane, and it's a little bit on the pricey side, but like it's so good. It's so good. It's so good. Another big thing, learning how to say nemluvím česky. I don't speak Czech. It's so great. Also awful at the same time, because they don't know how to respond to you most of the time, and they're just like, ah, and you're like, ah, and So that was really nice. For the longest time, I would say nečesky for like probably the first 6 months of me being in the Czech Republic. I would just go nečesky, nečesky, nečesky. And it's like, people would still try to talk to me in Czech. And it's like, I don't know Czech so much that I don't know how to tell you that I don't know Czech. But yet here you are still trying to talk to me like I know Czech. Huh? So yeah, learning nemluvím česky, very, very nice. Then recently, at like the 1 year mark of me being here, I learned mluvíte anglicky. So now I can ask the person, do you speak English? And then if they go no, francouzsky? And then they go no, then I'm just like, Google Translate, let's go. That's what I do. If they don't speak English and I don't speak Czech, well, Google Translate it is. It's what got me through a concussion, because the neurologist didn't speak English and I didn't speak Czech, and Google Translate was weird, and I didn't tell her like half of the things she actually asked, because, well, A, my brain wasn't working, but thinking back on it, I was like, oh, yeah, I totally was supposed to tell her about XYZ, and it didn't translate properly, and I didn't. But all my tests came back fine, so I had to have been fine, so it's okay. But Google Translate, also lifesaver, as long as you have people who are nice enough for you to use it with them. Because if they're not willing to work with you, well, then you're stuck. And also just going to a lot of places downtown is another good way for someone who doesn't speak Czech to communicate and get stuff done. In the Czech Republic, though, for me, I hate downtown. I avoid it with a passion. So I have to deal with more native Czech people. But those are like the two things. I'm just like, do you speak Czech? Do you speak English? And I just hope for the best that they do. And if not, well, hopefully I don't have to talk to them. Like 99% of the time, I don't get into a situation where I actually have to talk to them. Like, I've done it so much now that I know what I need, so I don't have to like ask or anything like that. Like if I go to the post office, that's about the most talking I have to do to someone, because grocery store people, I just go, Dobrý den, karto prosím, and I'm done. Like, that's our conversation. We don't need to talk anymore. If I have a club card, I'll give it to them. If I don't, I just go, nah, when they ask. Another thing that saved me being out here, or keeps me sane anyways, so I come from a country that has very poor public transportation in like most cities. Because the cities that I'm from, we have very poor public transportation. And so I also have, it's not PTSD, but it's like PTSD for public transportation. Like, I've just had so many bad experiences back in Canada that I don't function properly on transportation over there, like public transportation. It's a no-go zone. I'm just like, no, I don't think properly. I don't know where I'm going. I don't know what's happening. Like, I blank out, basically. That's what it feels like. I'm there and I'm conscious and like I know what's going on, but it doesn't feel like I know what's going on. And so out here, when I discovered, because I love the metro was so easy. You got your signs. I was like, great, I know exactly where I need to go. I find the metro stop that I need and I can trace my way out. But I didn't know you could do the same thing for trams and buses until maybe like 8 months of living out here. Like, really, it was a really long time. And mainly, for the most part, I didn't go places without my husband. My husband would bring me to them first, so then I knew how to get there afterwards, and I knew like what I needed to take and whatnot. And I didn't use trams at all for like the first 8 months of being out here. Like, I really didn't. We would use the metro mainly, and then like very, very few buses. So it was when we fully came out here, when I got my long-term residence, that's when I started having to use buses to go back to my mother-in-law's. But then I already know that I could take the 201 because I recognized it when we were living with her in the first 3 months, because we would just take it to the metro. And so that's what I knew, but I didn't know that we actually had maps where you could see. Like, I knew I had a timetable, but I didn't know the names beside it were all the stops. That didn't click. Mainly because I just didn't know what it was. And I never paid enough attention on the buses, getting out of like my freak out little moments that I would have by myself, to know that that's what the stops were. And so I figured this out. And then I went, no, maybe I figured it out about, it was about the 5-6 month mark that I realized you could do this. And then I could go on it and be like, oh, okay, I know where to go. And then if I was on the wrong side and I needed to just stop those before, well, then I would just like cross the street or whatever you needed to do. But I didn't know you could do that, and I didn't know trams had that either. So super life-saving, and I'm so glad that this country has that mapped out, because we don't have that in Canada. You get to the bus stop, you see what numbers. Do you even see what numbers go there? I don't even know if you know what number goes to that bus stop. You might. That should be there. Someone might have taken it off, but it should be there. And that's it. And then you got like a phone number that you can call to find out when it comes. And then that's it. Like, that's all you've got. And then it might be late, it might be early, you missed it, you got a 30-minute waiting period. You don't know exactly where it goes. You don't even know if you're on the right side of the street. I've gotten on so many buses there going in the wrong direction. So then I'd have to wait for it to do its loop so that I could go to my right direction, because our buses don't actually like stop like they do here, where it stops, everyone has to exit, and then you can get back on with another one. No, ours just go in loops. And so you would literally just be sitting on the bus for like an hour and a half waiting for it to go to your stop that you wanted, because you got on the wrong side of the road. Because you didn't know, because you can't know unless you take that bus frequently. And this is why I find it life-changing, because if you come from a country that is really poor public transportation, guess what? You can do this. So any foreigners watching this, if you're going to come to Prague, go and read the signs. Those are the stops. Find the stop you need, get on the right thing. Right bus, right tram, whatever it is. And good coworkers. They are great ways of finding tips and tricks and whatnot. Like I said, these are the things that keep me sane. So other people have like other things that keep them sane, and they have other tricks and tips for themselves. And so if you talk to them, you can learn them. And like, I know a lot of my great friends I've met through my job, because my jobs that I've had out here, because, well, I'm not someone who goes out and hangs out with random people that I could meet on a Facebook group, but the Facebook groups that are out here are also great ways to ask questions, get information, get what you need from other people, see what's out there, and meet people too as well. But it's just not for me. I'm not someone who is like that where let's go meet a stranger today. I come from a country where you would potentially die. So, well, I come from a city in a country where you would potentially die if you did that. Just meeting up with a random stranger, like, you don't, not a good idea. Don't recommend it. Never do that in Winnipeg. Don't go and meet random people unless, I wouldn't even say on Tinder, like, really get to know the person, go to a public place, and try not to be murdered. Yeah, but it's a great way to meet people. So that's why I just liked it. If they were at my job already, well, there's like all the other people here. So if they tried to kill me, not gonna happen. Learning the words hitse, potrebuji, you get what I mean, I hope, and mate. So hitse is I want. So this is like something that you can go up to someone in a store. Like, these are all words that you can go up to someone in a store and figure out what you want. Like, you can go hitse chleb or kide chleb. You know, like potrebuji chleb, kide chleb. Like, I need bread. Where is it? Where's bread? Where bread? Or maybe you have to do like kide chleb. Where is bread? Maybe that's better. But words like this. And mate is like you have. So if you come up with it in like a question, like mate chleb? Kide chleb. Like something like this. Like, it helps. I never use kide. I just go up to them and I use my little Native American accent, or not Native American, Native English accent, and I'm just like, kide chleb. Hitse chleb. I've had really weird interactions with that, though, where they end up just switching to English because they don't understand what I want. And that was mainly with cold Rex. I've had so many interesting interactions with people where they also thought that I was native Czech speakers and just went off. And I'm just like, I'm an Anglitsky. And I haven't done this one in particular, but I bet it would be extremely helpful. And that would be actually taking a Czech class. Like, actually getting a teacher and learning Czech. Like, that would probably be extremely beneficial and would probably keep me sane. But I don't want to pay for one myself. So that's why I haven't done it yet. Though it might be a benefit of my job. I don't know. We will see. But I would say that that would be something that would definitely be extremely helpful and would have kept me sane a long time ago if I actually did it. Though at the time that I actually wanted to do it, for like my first year of being here, I was in a job that was extremely demanding and the hours was from like 10 to 6. So you didn't, and then it would take you an hour to get there and back. So you really didn't have much time left in the day for when these classes typically ran. And it's like I could have found someone later. But then also when you get home from a job that's extremely demanding like this, because it wasn't just like, it was like mentally exhausting. Especially during like the later half of it, it became just mentally exhausting. And a reason why I left. And it was just like, you got home, you didn't want to do anything. You just wanted to like relax, sleep, just be done. Like, just be done. And so, yeah, I think that would have kept me sane a long time ago. Fortunately, I just didn't have the time. And now I'm working with my job to potentially have them get me one. So, as a potential benefit. So we'll see. Going out and meeting people, also something that I don't do, but I bet it would be extremely beneficial if I went out and made more friends be outside of my work life and church life, because that's where I meet my friends. But it's really beneficial to have friends within your work and within another thing, and then you can meet more people from elsewhere and Czechs integrated with that. So that was really nice. And another thing is making friends with Czechs, like having actual Czech friends. They can give you lots of like benefits and tips and whatnot on how to live out here, and are very beneficial. Like they're extremely beneficial. I love my Czech friends. I don't hang out with any of them because we're at different life stages. A lot of my friends have kids, and I don't have kids. I don't want to hang out with their kids. So I don't mind just going out to dinners with them occasionally and like hanging out with them that way instead of like, going out like every weekend. I don't have the time to do that. I'm doing way too many things right now. I don't have the time to hang out with them. Hang out with really any of my friends all the time. I like to just, we'll take a weekend out here, we'll hang out, and then, we'll text and whatnot every now and then, depending on availabilities. So, but yeah, super beneficial. You make some Czech friends. You get like a diverse friend group. That's really helpful out here because you get knowledge from everywhere, and everyone's just so different. It's nice to have that mix. If you can do this will help you, because I know getting my job that I have now, I'm the only native English speaker there. Really, my job doesn't require for native English speakers at all. So if you can get a job where you have a large group of Czech people, that's beneficial. Because I know my last job that I had, we were an insurance company. We had to act like we were in the UK. We weren't allowed to say that we were not in the UK. And so we had to all pretend like we were in the UK. And it really hindered us on our learning of the language, because it's not like we could talk to each other in it. We couldn't practice with each other in it. We couldn't like have our coworkers come into the room and chat with us in it. And even then our coworkers wanted us to speak to them, but it's like really this job is hindering us on learning the language because, well, we have to speak English here. We can't do anything else. And even then, like, if the chance that someone heard it and figured out that we weren't, there was a lot of issues. So finding a job where you have lots of Czech coworkers, you can practice, and ones that you're friendly and comfortable enough with to practice with, or to have really basic conversations with, things like that would be very beneficial. Just with your learning of the language, which then would help your sanity in the process. Yeah. Because I know even now, like, I don't tend to practice with my coworkers in the language because it's just, I don't feel comfortable with them like that. But I know they all talk to each other in Czech, like, a lot. And majority of the notes that they leave are within Czech. So I have to, like, Google Translate. I've learned so many words, like, so many random words that I would never have learned without this job. So that was very nice. And sometimes I understand what they're talking about. Sometimes, not all the time, but sometimes. Sometimes, even with no context, I get what they meant. Like, I don't know exactly what they said. I can't relay it. But sometimes I was just like, oh, okay. And just like go back to my job. I'm just like, oh, I understood that. Oh, okay, great. I know what you're talking about. And then I don't get involved at all, and I just act like I don't know anything. But sometimes I understand. Sometimes, especially when someone says a name. Now I know who you're talking about. But it's fine. I like it. I like that job a lot, and it's a lot of fun. So, I also have great coworkers who have taught me bad words. Not bad words, it's not like they're swears, but they taught me how to be rude, which is what I like, because I would have a lot of moments where I go like, Zadovolením, promiňte. I just want to be like, move, like get out of my way at this point. And so they taught me, there's two more words, two more life-changing words. Zadovolením and promiňte. Promiňte is the word for Canadians in the Czech Republic. Promiňte, it's how you properly apologize. Or you could say pardon, like you would in French. So that's why I say promiňte is for you, because pardon is just like sorry. So if you have that sense, and you have that case where you want to go like, I'm sorry, then you can say promiňte. And if you want to say like, sorry, then there's pardon. So 2 tips for Canadians. Well, that's all I got so far. If I have any more, I'm going to just leave them in the comments below. If you have anything that keeps you sane or any tips and tricks that you would like to share, please leave them in the comments below. I'd be happy to hear about them, and I'm sorry for my nails because I just realized that now. But yeah, please leave them below in the comments if you know anything that might keep a foreigner sane or even a Czech person sane in this country. Especially during the virus. That would be nice as well. And yeah, if you like the video, like it, subscribe to my channel. Though don't expect this content all the time, but if you want to see the next 8 weeks, then definitely subscribe. But if you're wanting for this to be a consistent, this is what I always do kind of thing, I don't recommend subscribing, FYI. And you can check out my other videos and see if you still want to subscribe though. But I'm going to have YouTube recommend you something here. Here. Go check it out. And I'll see you in the next one.